I am Sheriff Dan.
Sorry about that, everyone. The internet at my house died and was just being very rude about the whole thing. Um, what was I saying? I was saying that we've raised $190 for Beyond Blue so far. We're going strong. This party, if you're just joining us, is in the Dragon Horde, which is a casino in the Underdark, or sort of on a boat in the Underdark. It gets around, and the party is tasked with finding an heirloom that they didn't really get much information about, or even ask much information about, to rescue it for Thorindir. Um,
Death
and
Star.
I was just promising, if you make a donation to Beyond Blue, we will see a notification for it, and I will put a inspiration in the party's back pocket for either a D20 roll coming up or for their terrible, terrible gambling rolls that they are doing. So I will accept any donations to help this party make
That's
money.
see, that's terrible because I'm gonna do it myself because
Yeah, I'm gonna donate money so that I win.
yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
look, Dan, pay to win systems are
You,
not
you, you,
favoured
you've
in the
just done a
gaming
pay to
community.
win system,
Especially not with this group.
yeah. No, we are all horrible gamblers. Where's my wallet?
Microtransactions, I'm in.
So in the chat right now, I've put exclamation mark charity. That puts the link to the GoFundMe that the Rage and Rolls team has put together for the Crossing the Streams event, which, to recap, while these guys pull out their own wallets, is to raise money for Beyond Blue in the month of October, obviously Mental Health Month, and we joke about the gambling and all that kind of stuff, but we are doing it to raise money for a good cause.
That's
So
correct,
hopefully
yes.
it all evens out. But yeah, thank you for sticking with us. Hopefully through those technical difficulties.
Did the stream cut out whilst I was doing my really adorable plug for
No,
the
I
GoFundMe?
think your adorable plug actually killed the stream out of
Oh,
adorability.
too much adorableness.
Yeah. You can try it
Oh,
again now,
wow.
though. Hopefully I'll be able to manage it this time.
So what's my next
Okay.
roll that I'm rolling against, Dan?
Okay, yeah, so you, let me
Yay, pay to win.
pull it up. So, you can now cash out at 2-1, so you get double your money back because you won Vault 2. Vault
Yes.
3 uses a D12, and you still roll a 2D6.
Yikes. You know what? I like those odds. Take those odds.
Roll 1D12. Absolutely. So you have now you got 3-1. Now the goblin behind says, "Oh, we've got a winner here. He's on a hot streak. Sir, would you like to enter into the final dungeon?" So that you'll get 5-1 if you can if you beat it. The vault rolls a d20, and you roll 2d6. And he says, but brave adventurer, if that's too difficult for you, you can have a dagger. And so you get an extra d4 that you can add. But you lower how much, you got to pay for that dagger. You're only going to get 4-1 odds if you use the dagger.
Oh, I've got a really bad idea. Can I guidance myself?
To add a full d4? I'm going to say
No. Just to add to like whatever I roll up to the max of 12. If I say I roll an 11 and I guidance myself and I roll a 4, it would still just be a 12.
So run by me again what guidance does. That's just add a d4 to your roll, or what does that do?
Add a d4 to a roll.
Okay. I'll allow it. I'll allow some guidance if you can sell me on how you're praying to your god that you need to gamble.
Come on, tell us Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
Give me a persuasion check to see if you convince Talos in this instance.
Persuasion coming at you.
What would Air Jordans be called in the Underdark?
I think you feel sort of Talos watching over you and is sort of happy to throw in a bit of help here. So are you going to take the vault on its own? Or what are you going to do?
Ooh, I'll take it on its own because I'm down for that 5-1.
5-1. Yeah.
Okay, and then
So
I'll add my D4
2d6
on top
plus
of what I get.
1d4. Yep.
So that's a 4 plus.
Oh God.
Come on, Talos. That's a 6.
6.
Roll poorly.
No.
Damn
Damn
Money
it.
is taken off the table.
I've gone back down to 25 gold pieces. I got up to 150, but this is the fun of it all.
Nesbit, what are you up to on this? As I think we just got a donation from Paulie, so thank you. Oh, Timmy, I should say. He's a real life person. So thank you.
I'm a real boy.
I'm a real boy.
Nesbitt is looking at the cards. Doesn't mind the blackjack that he saw earlier.
Yeah.
He hasn't got a lot of gold, but he figures he might be able to double that or more.
So blackjack, the typical kind of it's 21, modeled after real world blackjack. How we're going to do that with dice? You roll 2d10, and ones count as a 1 or a 10, just like aces. And so you got to try and get to 21. I think the dealer rolls 1 dice first, so you can see what they've got. How much are you going to bet?
I'm going to bet all 5 gold I have on in my possession right now.
Excellent. All right. So the dealer's got a 4.
Okay. Oh, hit me.
Okay. So roll another d10.
What am I on now? 11.
You're on
No,
7.
7. 7, sorry. 10. Hit me.
All right.
Hit me. Oh, shit. That's 12. 19. Stay.
19 stay. Okay, so the dealer's got what's he got? 4. You roll another one. So that's 11. I'm pretty sure dealers always hit under a certain amount, right?
Yeah.
12, 13. 16. I think dealer always hits on 16.
Oh, come on.
21.
Watches his 5 gold get taken away, and you can just a small tear comes out of his eye.
I think this is a valuable lesson for everyone watching, that gambling does not make you money.
I
I
had a really good idea that I want to put into play.
Sure.
I want to use magic awareness to find my hammer, because I know that it's in the vault.
Yeah.
And so I feel like after being with this hammer for such a long time, there is like a like a signature of Winfred's wild magic. And I would like to follow that to where the vault is.
Okay. Yeah. So you sort of close your eyes. You get that big sort of magical schnoz that you have to kind of give a bit of a sniff.
Not all of my magic is done by my nose, but like I respect it.
I'm imagining everything. The lights almost effectively go down, like they dim down on everything else, and you see sort of this blue line making its way through from where Gus dragged your hammer out and sort of down the stairs. So at the aft end of the ship, sort of on the right hand side here, there's where the food and stuff and drinks have been coming out of. There's sort of a trail leading down there, but you can kind of see almost through the floorboards. You can sense this sort of magical trail that leads to the front of the ship, and below this area of the ship is where you kind of feel the hammer's weight, its magical weight, in there.
Okay. I want to lean over to Paulie, and I want to say like, "Hey, let's go to the bar."
All right, but I need to do one more bit of gambling first, and then we're good. Third time's always the charm, baby.
No. I grab Paulie by the arm. I grab Paulie by the arm and I try to persuade him in like a I'm trying to do something here. Let's go to the bar.
You know what? For the first time in Paulie's life, he's going to have some character growth, and he's actually going to listen to Winfred.
Good. Good. Fantastic. All right. So I'm going to take Paulie like over, say that here. So I'm going to move. Oh, hang on. I've got to like do this manually. Sorry, mate. Not to walk right past you
That's
here.
all right. That's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Winfred's magic awareness is still going, I reckon.
Actually, I'm going to grab Nesbit on the way. If we walk past Nesbit, I'm going to grab Nesbit and then like just kind of like indicate to Sorn to come with as well. So it's like a little like chain of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we're just all going to go and hit up the bar. My magic awareness is still going. Are these suits of armor still like? Is there any magic infused into these suits of armor, or are they like empty husks for decoration?
Excellent question. You think that there is sort of an enchantment on these suits of armor? Some sort of maybe. I don't know. Dan doesn't know. Oh, thank you for the donation, Jeremy.
I just need to know what type of magic it is. Like, that's all it does.
You definitely think that it's some sort of enchantment, possibly some sort of it's a similar kind of magic that is on the beer robot.
I see.
The best kind of magic, essentially.
I see.
You guys have 2 inspirations now, currently, by the way.
So, I'm a little bit concerned that these. I lean over to Paulie and I'm like, these suits of armor are creeping me out. But I can tell you right now that the vault that all of our weapons are in, and some other stuff as well, and some things that would make Thoridir pretty happy, are below the bar. So, do you still have that corrosive explosive on you at all?
Yeah, Nesbit's got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a plan. I have a very cunning plan. It has about a 12% chance of working, but it's a very cunning plan. So, I point over to the table over here.
Yeah.
And I lean over to Nesbit and I say, I'm going to cause a distraction and I lean over to Nesbit, like, that's someone being you. You are going to sneak under the table and you are going to like make a big corrosive puddle on the floor, and then we can drop through the floor into the vault.
And then I'm going to lean over to Sword and go, 12% the best percentage we've ever had for any of our plans.
I'm going to say back to Paulie, I didn't know he could count past 4.
Technically, 12% is about 1/8, so it's still 1.
Well, 12 is 3 times 4. So
essentially, in his eyes, there's a 1/8 of a chance. So
there's a 1 in 8 chance.
Okay. The Sorn's just like, oh, this is a terrible idea, but I'll go with it.
Winfred, I like it. Make sure you cause enough of a distraction to get people away from this area. It's going to get very, very messy very quickly.
So,
Yep.
Oh, we might have lost Jacob.
No, it's not me this time.
Nope. While we wait for that.
While we wait for the bear. This is what happens when you let a bear count to 12 or whatever.
It breaks everything. While the bear comes up with his plan, when this whole plan is being operated, Sorn will also combine all 4 of the dancing lights when he casts it into a medium-sized, glowing, bright humanoid, like a human shaped of regular size, in the doorway, like just outside just here. So like it pulls everyone's attention away from us. Like the sun is beaming past this guy, but obviously we're in the Underdark, so there's no actual natural sunlight.
No, but there's plenty of lights. So sorry, can you show me again where you're putting this? Can you ping it?
On the ramp on the entrance to the ship.
Oh, okay, right. You're putting a glowing man. Is he like dancing? Is he welcoming people in? Like what's he doing?
From wherever you're sitting, he looks like he's walking in, but he's not really walking in. It's just like the illusion of a guy walking in. Okay. So everyone's like, oh, this guy's taking a really long time to walk through that door.
It's like forward moonwalking.
And he's just a being,
pretty much.
And he's just a being made of light.
Yeah, being made of just bright, as bright light as I can. Well, it's dim light, but he looks like wait. There's a meme.
Okay.
There's a meme. I can pull on the meme for this.
While you're waiting for that, I will describe what happens. So, you sort of make this glow man as if he's sort of walking up the gangplank into the casino, and you see the lady who's you see the lady who sort of checked your weapons at the start. She sort of starts and goes, sir, please, welcome to the Dragon's Horde. She's trying to talk to him and tell him, about, what can we do for you today? Like, what's your pleasure? And obviously he's just sort of miming standing there or even possibly moving. They're just jogging
on the spot.
He's just doing the running man on the spot.
He's doing the Tobey Maguire from the Spider-Man.
Give me a performance check.
Finger guns at everyone.
Because you're sort of trying to animate this thing like realistically-ish to try and get their attention.
From afar as well. Can I guidance myself on that one, please?
Is guidance an action? So is dancing lights.
Yes, it is. Okay, that's fine. I will not.
That's right. Just use Paulie's inspiration that he gave himself by buying.
Actually, wait, no. Wait. I have.
You can do it.
I have 4 1d8 inspirations from Streamloots. So can I burn one of those?
Yes, you may.
Hell yeah!
I've turned off the getting more of those for now during this time because I want people to put it towards the charity. But you've got some in the bank for sure.
Yeah, I claimed them all not long ago.
Felt the hammer coming down.
That's still not great. That's 12.
Let's have a look.
He just looks like a dumb guy. he finger guns and just disappears.
He looks a bit, but so he looks very stilted. The animation quality's not great. You maybe need more frames. But it seems to be like you're at least creating some confusion. And in fact, your old friend, the beer keg robot, kind of walks up and keeps trying to offers him a drink, and you try and take it with the glowing hand, and it just falls and breaks. And the clay mug of beer just breaks open on the floor, and it creates a bit of a scene. So probably not everyone's looking, but certainly the people on the front gangplank certainly are.
Okay. That works. I created a little bit of confusion. I wanted this all to be happening while we're trying to burn through the floor as well. Like time it at that point.
Oh, okay, right. So you're setting that up. Paula, you walk over to this table up the top. There's a bar. There's a goblin behind the bar. He's wearing sort of a cool black waistcoat, sort of no shirt underneath. Yep. He's got a bit of a sort of goatee going on. Actually, let's see if we've got a picture for this guy. He looks like a bit of a badass. Oh wait, no. This is even better. He's got an open shirt, sort of pirate shirt. And he's behind the bar, and he appears to have sort of a glass eye.
Right, okay.
At the table, though, is a half-elf and a man. So the gentleman is... the man is a little bit older, and he is certainly of the kind of stock that you would recognize. He's got so that wide-brimmed hat, feather out of it. Give me a perception check.
11.
You notice that they're playing just some sort of basic card game. That's probably about it that you notice from these guys.
Okay. I might even go. Yeah, actually, I'll go join him. I'll go sit down and go. G'day there, fellas. Just wondering if you got room for a cheerful little Ara Cochrane.
Yeah, the
all right,
half
we're
elf.
back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Sorry about that. All right. Where are we at with Winfred's cunning plan?
We're moving ahead.
Winfred
okay, cool.
and Nesbit are kind of out huddled in front of the bathroom door, it looks like. Meanwhile, Sorn is getting ready to enact a sort of glow man distraction on the front entrance of the gangplank to the ship. and Paulie is sort of making friends with the two gentlemen at the table who are playing cards. And on a recap perspective of the current charity event, we've broken through $200 in the first day.
Yay!
So that's really
Yeah.
cool.
Hell yeah.
Thank you to everyone who's been donating, obviously, and you guys as well who are playing. Raising money for Beyond Blue. It's going very well so far. We're going to be doing it all month with a number of channels, obviously. Raging Rolls, who we have Jeremy from joining us today. Before we go any further, what day are you guys streaming this week?
We're on Thursday. It's going to be great. We're kicking off a particular month-wide campaign, which is going to be great. It's going to have a massive finale. Looking forward to it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
More or less gambling, do you think will be involved?
Probably a little less gambling.
Cool. All right. So you two are kind of huddled there. Nesbitt, I think you're sort of getting your vials of acid ready while Paulie sits down at the table with these two gentlemen. And this is the table, I believe, that Winfred wants to burn a hole beneath.
That is correct, yes.
I just want to lean over to Winfred and say, I really like your plan for getting down to wherever you want to be. What's your plan for getting back out?
I mean, I didn't really think that far. But
I'm sure we'll be inspired to find some way out once we're in there.
Yeah. Well, something that we're really good at is making it up as we go along. So,
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah.
This will be no different, I'm sure. Great.
No different. No.
Right.
I cannot seem to get back into the forge. I've logged out of my session, but it's not letting me log into Winfred again.
Okay, just give it a few minutes. It might need to kick you out.
Sometimes it takes some time. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But luckily you can watch it on the stream, as long as my stream doesn't log out again.
Nesbitt goes up and sits at the bar directly in front of that table.
Yeah,
I can get around there.
For sure. So you sit there, the goblin sort of behind the bar eyes you up and says, what'll it be?
Just water. My money's been taken at the tables. He just hangs his head low.
He says, a rough one, It happens at the Dragon's Horde. Even it happens to the best of us. Even those who work here get ripped off from time to time, and he gives you a glass of water, but then he also sort of slides you a small shot of whiskey.
I give him a nod of appreciation and slam it down.
He says, the Dragon's Horde, it's so amazing. It's great. We win it all. Or, you could take out a loan, and then you could start working here to pay it off because you lose everything.
You seem like you're really enjoying yourself here.
It's great. Wait, you, beer robot. Stop. No, don't spill. Crap. Hold on. And he walks over and gets a cloth and starts sort of cleaning up a puddle.
Did Paulie hear that conversation?
Yeah.
Just so if Nesbitt's right behind me, or I might actually go 1 second, boys. I'll get a drink and then turn back around and then go to the bar as well.
Okay. Yeah, you come over just as this guy is sort of finished mopping. He's got his every bartender has the rag that, to cleaning up spills. And he sort of comes back out and he's like, welcome. I hope you're having a great day, sir. What can I get for you?
I'm gonna flick Nesbitt a gold and go, don't worry, mate, it's okay. Get yourself something else. So just flick it right at Nesbitt's forehead.
Pull you. And in retaliation, he sort of gets out here a small vial of acid and sort of just and pretends to give Paulie a bit of a thump, but hands it to him in the process and just chuck that on the floor.
Yeah. No, it's all right. It's okay. And I'm just going to go to the goblin, beer robots. Am I right? They're just pains in the asses. You know what I mean? Unless you get the new model, you get the upgrades, they just bloody fall apart after a while. And trying to clean them, don't get me started.
Every time it's happy hour, I swear these things do an automatic update.
It's just a pain in the ass.
And then you're midway through trying to do something important, and your connection just fails. And then all of a sudden, it's thrown everything into pandemonium. All your momentum's gone. You lost. Yeah, it's crap.
Mate,
I've told King D this shit, but he doesn't want to listen. He doesn't want to listen to goblins.
Dude, bosses never care. Bosses never care. They don't think about the worker. Mate, I don't know about you, but have you ever had your bag of holding just lose connection? Like, where are you supposed to put tonight's till? You know what I mean? Like, this just pointless. The second that dimension's gone, you just got money sitting there ready to be stolen.
And mate, we're like, yep, sweet, cushy job. Work for Bernice. She doesn't ask much. All good. And then he says, oh, no, sorry, no Christmas bonus this year. And he goes and hires a bunch of drow to work security while he's in the Underdark. What the fuck is that shit?
That's some bullshit, mate. Honestly, you know what? They cut corners, and then this is when things go wrong. You know? And what are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? Like, let's say, for example, there's a bartender with a massive amount of debt, wants to pay it off pretty fast, knows where all the really flammable liquids are that can cause a bit of a distraction while someone makes sure that he gets the Christmas bonus he deserves.
Yeah. I think you're... I love what you're saying.
I think your microphone's colliding with your hair, mate.
Damn, okay, sorry. God damn my flowing locks.
That's right. But he's like, yeah, what are we talking about here?
Look, I reckon that Ara Cochrane prick doesn't know what his tail feather is from his fucking asshole. All right, simple as that. That prick needs to learn how to be plucked.
Mate,
all right,
I've
worked for bosses.
Not me.
I've worked for bosses like him before, and they won't learn a single fucking thing unless there's gold being taken from their wallet, gold that you are earning for him.
While you're having this conversation, you hear sort of the clank jingle of sort of the thud jingle. It's like of boot. Oh, it was like like a boot with a chain, or like a boot with a cowboy boot style sounds. I'm trying to think of like a
the
spurs.
The one jealous thing that Paulie Hark has, because he can't wear boots because of his claws feet.
And you hear like those steps kind of behind you, but you didn't hear them arrive. You just hear them like as they turn up behind you. And there's a gentleman drow walks past you behind the bar, and sort of looks down at you. He has sort of a very fancy hat with a feather through it. He's got a rapier with sort of a gold handle, with the sort of hand guard handle, and he's got an eye patch over one eye, and he kind of leans forward and says, gentlemen, is everyone having a good evening this evening? I do hope you're all doing well.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
You notice the goblin kind of, that he didn't see this guy coming either, and he's like, yes, sir. No, it's all good here, sir. These gentlemen just telling us how much money they lost and that they're loving it. They're loving it, sir. It's all good. And he's like, oh, righto, and kind of tips his hat to you, Paulie. And
how nice is that rapier?
Oh, it's beautiful. Let's show you what he looks like.
Ooh, that's a very nice rapier.
Mm.
And a very nice hat.
He sees you eyeing it off and says, oh, I'm sorry. Jarlaxle Baenri at your service.
Paulie, charmed to meet you, mate.
He kind of shakes your hand and says, you gentlemen having a fun time tonight? They're working Slugoth hard, I hope. Getting all the good stuff off the top shelf for these gentlemen.
You definitely will be in a second after, seeing all this stuff around here. Are you the owner? Is that correct, or?
No, I am freelance. We, my friends and I were hired on as extra security while the Dragon's Horde is in the Underdark. It can be a bit dicey out here. They thought perhaps some locals would would help them out a little bit, make sure it all stayed ship-shape. Sure, if you've found your way here to this city, you've probably run into some trouble yourselves in the Underdark.
No, don't I know it? Yeah, look, it's been pretty damn interesting being down here, but where there's ships, there needs to be people taken. So, we go where the work is.
And
yeah.
What work is that?
Oh, just, miscellaneous, stuff. A lot of heroing lately, actually, made sure that disgusting bling, like the Sloop de Loot was just wiped off the map. They were terrible people, just cultists. They all were following, Demogorgon, and we made sure that they died. We killed them. We murdered them. That was good. Helping out Blingdenstone right now, here to get some weapons so we can kill the Pudding King. But we're getting it. We get by. We do all right for ourselves.
Heroing doesn't pay too well, though, does it?
Pays well enough. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'll take coin for whatever coin's worth.
You see Nesbitt look at him and you're like, goes back to his drink of water.
I'll go 4 whiskeys. 4 whiskeys, mate, and I'll chuck some coin over. And I'll divvy them out to everyone at the bar. This is how you make mates.
Yeah. The gentleman sort of raises it to you, but you actually notice he's over and looking at Sorn. If you're sort of within eye shot or eye line there, and he kind of raises it over to you and raises his glass, and then he says, "This gentleman's working with you."
Correct.
Can he be on loan? Do you loan him out?
I loaned myself out.
Yeah, look, we aren't that kind of crew where I can say what he does and what he says. If he wants to go work for you, he can go work for you for a bit. That's fine with us.
He slides you a card, Sorn. It's in all black. And as you look at it, you notice in your infravision, there's a marking in there in Drow that spells out "Break into Earth."
Do I discern anything from it?
I was expecting the Squid Game card, but I respect it.
Trying to think. Give me a history check to see if you paid attention in Drow school.
Son definitely did not. 9.
Yeah, never heard of him.
Yeah. No, dude.
You have no idea what that word means. And he says, "Look, lad, you're out here on your own. You haven't got brothers with you. It can be tough. I know. I've done the whole, I've had matron mothers before. Never again, right?
Indeed.
If you're ever in trouble and you need some help, you call on me. I got work for you. If this thing doesn't work out."
I'll keep that in mind, and I'll ask his name and the spelling of it, so I can add that into my. What's the organization called again?
I'll put it in chat here.
Yes, that would be good. And I'll pop that in there.
He says his own name.
Yes, that works. So I'll
Perfect.
pop that one in there.
Wait, there's a beer right next to me, right? That's correct, yes?
Yes. That's
All
just spilled a bunch of drinks on the ground.
Definitely going to ask him if he wants to become a pirate while this is happening. While they're having their chat, I'm asking the other beer robot if he wants to be a pirate.
How's that distraction coming along?
It'll come along. It's coming. You got to work up to these things. You know what I mean? As Jeremy was asking, how come we're level 6 after 2 years of playing together? This is how.
This is absolutely why.
No, look, I'm sorry. I live in a house with 2 people with ADHD. It's very easy for both of us to get sidetracked.
No.
At this point, I'm kind
way.
of used to it.
We're on the way. We're on the way.
Okay.
It's okay.
So you go over and start talking to the beer robot. It's very similar to the other conversation.
Damn it.
In fact, as you're talking to it, like it's trying to listen to you, and it's getting distracted from putting its empties on the bar.
Smashing glasses.
Yes, you're breaking more stuff, spilling more stuff. You hear Slugoth gives a big like, oh god, and sort of looks over to make sure the drow isn't looking, and then sort of like kicks the robot with his sort of open, broken shoes, and then hurts his toe. Just kind of hops around for a bit. He's like, "This fucking place! I swear to God."
Had it at this point.
I'll burn it to the fucking ground one day.
Did I hear that?
Sure, if you want.
Perfect. Okay, good.
I mean, Nesbitt certainly heard burn. That's.
Yeah, he's picked up. Oh, burning. What's happening?
Yeah.
Sorn will have definitely his ears would have pricked at the noise and burned this place down. Judging by the plan that we've come up with.
Yes. Yeah. I know a disgruntled bartender when I see one. Okay.
Aren't we all?
After a few pleasantries, Jalaxel says, "All right, you guys, look, Slugoth, give him a drink on me. These are good lads. Look, your luck's bound to change, boys. Go out there. You got to hit the tables again, and you'll be fine. Or don't. I don't really give a shit. Just don't start any trouble." And then he sort of tips his hat to you, and you hear sort of the thunk clink of his cowboy boots.
I will say, well met in Drow.
Yeah, he kind of tips the hat to you and sort of flourishes a little bit, and then sweeps his cloak aside or his jacket aside as he walks down and walks off.
Sorn's just in awe. Sorn's like, how did he get his jacket to do that? He looks down at his coat, which is all in tatters, and he's like, I wish mine would do that. Should probably look at getting this repaired.
Now, Slugoth, look, I know you might want to burn this place to the ground one day, but why couldn't that day be today?
Straight to the point. I love it.
Wow. I mean, you say that about your job, like you want to burn it down, but
Yeah, but think about it. You can be that man, the one that we all dream we wish we could be, the one who genuinely does just pour the strongest bit of alcohol, throws it, puts a bit of tissue in there and throws it up against the furthest door, cutting us all off so that way no one else can get in from a wall of massive fire, and we watch it all burn and get pissed.
Give me a persuasion check here.
I will guidance that.
Nesbitt is sitting up rather attentive right now, but it's a smile.
Timmy, bear in mind, you do have inspiration as well.
Maybe, actually, I will use it for this one. Yeah, let's
That's
do that.
a good idea.
Yeah, okay.
So you have two inspirations. One thanks to Timmy, one thanks to Jeremy. Yeah. If you want to give inspiration to the party, you can donate now to Beyond Blue.
Ooh, 18.
Ooh,
wait,
that's
with
a
guidance,
D4.
with guidance.
Oh, nice.
22!
22.
All right.
This motherfucker's getting burnt down.
Slugoth is like, wow, yeah, we could burn this thing down. It'll sink in the dark lake. All his money to go down to the bottom. This will be brilliant. That'll be a real fuck you to the man, Birdman. Right. Okay. What if they turn up? What if they try and... Well, they're not... What if they pin this back to me, though? Like, you'll do it with me, yeah?
Oh yeah, absolutely, mate. Don't worry. Worst comes to worst, you got a place in our crew, all right? Don't worry about that part at all. What I need you to do is this, all right? Close the bar.
I guess
close the bar, close the area for me, all right? Just say you need to do some cleaning. Let's maybe break the beer bot. Make a big mess, all right? We got to clean
the beer
the
bot is
bar.
already broken. We could just put up a wet floor sign and say that the bar is closed for maintenance.
Well,
See, Winfrey's got a good idea.
Yeah, that does sound pretty
I
good.
have a few of them, but they get lost.
And I guess, they are doing sort of a bit of a cross the streams event. So having more potential crew members for people from Raging Rolls, Fate's Grip, or Split the Party to come in and play would actually be a pretty good idea. So, all right. fine. And then so he starts sort of grabbing stuff off the shelves, putting it on, and he's like, oh, wait. And he sort of goes around the bar. Actually, he says, "Oh, can you tell these guys to go?"
Yeah. No worries, mate. Don't worry. I will actually quickly ask you this, Sluggoth, just quickly, just because I did completely forget the actual reason why we were here. Did you hear of any like dwarven artifacts being held in the vault? Literally remembered just then. You got me distracted with gambling.
King D gets all kind of stuff in there. I know this guy had some stuff. And he points over at one of the guys at the table. I know he had to put some of his weapons in there. I'd never seen anything like him. And then there was a. I think there was a dwarf. I think we stopped off in the Mithril Halls or something. Maybe a couple of months ago, and there was a very drunk dwarf who was on quite a roll. He was just so happy to be around. Like he was just making friends with everybody, and he was just really good. Like he was listening to people. He was staying hydrated. He was great, and he was just felt so good. He wanted to give to others, and then I think he bet something. After that, he became just terribly morose. And had to leave. I don't know what it was. It looked. It was like a little crystal something.
Right.
Could that be?
Yeah.
It?
Okay. That could be it. And you reckon that'd be stayed in the vault?
Yeah. I didn't get a great look at it. I thought it was just like an insect or something.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, fair enough. All right, perfect. I'm going to turn around and just talk to these fellas. All right, fellas, the bartender's having a bit of a shit show with his keg down here. And if you like your shoes not being covered in beer and piss, I would suggest that you just let him clean the bar up for about 10 to 15 minutes.
They're like, oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. That sucks. And they kind of pick up their drinks and stand up. Paulie, give me another persuasion check.
Fucking me. Roll low.
Oh, sorry, not persuasion, perception. My bad.
Perception. Thank God.
Ooh,
Bit better.
that's
17.
As this gentleman stands up, the one with the cool hat, as all cool hatted people do, you notice that the scabbard for his, or like the sheath for his knife, is the weirdest sheath you've ever seen. Obviously, it's empty because there's no weapons allowed. But it's almost like an L shape, or like an upside down L.
Go on.
And it's just it's just very weird. It's unlike any dagger sheath or rapier or sword.
Is it like a kukri?
Is that
could be that shape? It could be that shape. Though it also has like a little sort of a leather strap that seems to hold whatever's in there in place.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
And it's sort of bent, and it's on a belt around his hip, around his waist. But obviously currently empty. You just notice that as he gets up and is like, oh, sorry, no, fuck, these are new boots. I can't. No, I just can't. I'm gonna go back to my ship. I'm done. I'm just gonna collect. I think maybe I have a turn on the tables and get my stuff and go.
Shouldn't talk to him, but that's fine. That's fine. Well, he's like, oh, go back to your ship, eh? All right. Well, which one's yours?
That's an excellent question. Fuck. Why do I not have that ready?
Should know by now, Dan.
If it's pirate related, Paulie's interested.
Yes, the Dream Chaser.
That's a beautiful name for what I'm assuming is a beautiful ship.
That's right. He has his hand out. He says, "Captain Mac Calibran, feared privateer in this dark and the under, chasing dreams, shooting fools, making coin. Why are you looking? You looking to join the crew?"
Nah, I got my own ship, mate. Don't worry. We're the La Floridita. Of some renown so far. Bling, Sloop to Loot. We fucking leveled that place.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You never will again. All right, Crater. That's what's left there.
Yeah.
We aren't against chasing some dreams too. So I do apologise for making you leave so fast, but I'd love to talk to you soon. So if you are hanging around this area for a bit, let's catch up. All right.
Maybe we'll cross paths again.
Sounds good.
Or cross streams.
Yeah, even better. Very good.
Perfect. Yeah, sweet. And then probably just to that goblin guy fella too. He's like, mate, buddy bartender's made a fucking mess again. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of a bit crazy. To the guy. Well, I'm assuming he's left with the old fella, the elf guy, right?
Yeah.
So probably that goblin guy at the table. He's like, mate, he's just made an absolute mess again. But like as far as I know, you're supposed to go on break anyway. So just go on break for a bit. Oh, by the way, I'm Paulie. I'm a supervisor. King D's put me on. Ara Cochrane to Ara Cochrane. Makes sense.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm not being paid enough for this shit. And he sort of packs up his little tray, takes his till, and says, "Yeah, I'm going on break," and walks down.
Perfect. All right. Is there doors to this place or no?
No, there's just like a ramp that goes up, or like a
straight up.
stairs.
Okay.
Okay. So now that we've gotten everybody out of the thing, I wanted to make a hole like just under this table so we can cover it up, roughly the size of the character tokens, so all the characters can just slip through the map.
So I don't know if you were disconnected during the time. The plan seems to have changed.
Oh yeah, I know. I did get disconnected. I actually had a plan that was very different to this.
Because Slugoff
one,
is like, instead of being what sounds like a very subtle plan, and I commend you for it. Slugoff is starting to pull bottles off the thing and shoving rags into them.
We could still put a hole in the floor and let Slugoff just set fire to everything.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Yeah. Slugoff is the distraction. I wanted to start throwing Molotovs basically down the ramp so no one can get up them. So we have like a good 15, 20 minutes until everything starts fucking burning.
And while he's doing that, I'll help him. Like, he can throw them and I'll firebolt them in midair.
This is going to require some rolls, and I can see it going very badly. But
brilliantly.
Well, I mean, he can drop them on the ground and I can still ignite them.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So Slugoff is like, packing these bottles. He hands one to you, Nesbit. He even hands one to the beer robot. He's like, "Come on, man, you must fucking hate it here too." And then like throws the bottle. Sorn, you're able to kind of blast it out of the air, and then sort of fire starts spreading all on this middle deck, on this midship area.
Loving it. Nesbit just starts laughing. He's like, throws this thing out across towards where the fire is currently and just waits for someone to blow it up.
Oh, yeah, it's being blown up every time. I'm just a sentry right now, just like...
yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
At the same time, just after that, he's like, Winfred, can you just move this table out the way for me?
I'm going to roll an athletics check.
Yeah. So you got to do it, put your back into it.
Yeah.
You start pushing it out of the way. It's quite heavy, obviously. It turns out it's bolted, or it's sort of like built into the ground here. It's sort of into the deck. You do end up moving it, but you're going to take 10 points of damage, sort of like strain as you kind of barrel it out of the way.
Pull your muscles, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
10 points of damage. Holy shit.
Are those poker tables also barricaded too? Bolted into the ground?
Yeah.
All right,
maybe it's sort of like built. It's like this place is built like this, yeah.
All right, maybe
you have no idea how it goes out in the open sea like this.
Maybe
we'll just chuck like all the chairs in the vicinity into the raging fire, so that way we can make it a raging rolling inferno.
Love it.
Brilliant. So yeah, you start picking up stools and chairs and throwing them into this growing inferno.
Plot twist:
on midship.
the keg chairs had powder in them.
Oh no, we're keeping Keggy. Keggy's staying with us. Don't worry. He's the first one evacuated. Honestly, you can all burn as long as him and I get out of here.
Also, while we're doing this, I just want to throw a firebolt at each of the actual gaming tables because it looked like they had felt tops.
Oh yeah.
So they all just
as they go up in flame. This whole area is on fire. You hear screams and yells from the middle of the ship as people can't, start screaming, and some people start evacuating, whereas some others
Can I just exclude this table so that it's basically ushering them all towards the exit?
Well, there's wait, which table? Where are you?
Like I'm up here, but I'm throwing firebolt from up on the up basically here.
Into the middle.
Into the center of the room.
How do I delete these things?
Oh, you're lighting the center of the room.
Yeah, I'm lighting the center of the room to try and push them, but I'm going to leave the southmost table near the entrance to the ship. I'm going to leave that one so it's like that's their path of escape to force them outside.
Okay, I will take an attack roll from you as it is long range.
Okay, I'm casting a firebolt. Yeah. That's a 23.
Yeah, so you fling a firebolt out, and it sort of sails out over the ship, over the heads of the players, lands on one of the tables, and just ignites it. People start screaming and making their way. The players start making their way towards the exit. Everyone else looks up up that midship past the flames to sort of see where those flames are coming from and look up in your direction.
That's why I was hoping we wouldn't do that, and we would they just see the fire and that's it.
Yeah, but no, it's a very large roaring fire, so they see silhouettes and flame.
They see people up there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they definitely see me.
All right, that's fair. Let's pretend like oh my god, we're trapped here. What are we going to do? Like we're yelling out, screaming, like oh god, we're stuck in the fire.
Yeah, I'm just standing there with a dumb look on my face.
While that shit's going on, Nesbitt's like crouching down, like crushing one of these vials of acid on the floor beneath him.
Excellent. Thank you very much for the $33 donation, Heimdall.
Yay!
So it's another inspiration in your back pockets, boys. So you're crashing. Yeah, you're sort of getting to the point underneath this table, and the acid is burning away or melting away at the floorboards here and starting to eat through. Give me an Arcana check.
I'll do that.
Oh no, sorry, Nesbitt, because he's doing that.
Okay.
24.
Yep.
Hell yeah!
Doesn't need my assistance.
But even with your assistance, you're sort of pointing out structural weak points, and Nesbitt is you're sort of like, yeah, I get it. You're like, I know how.
I know.
Thanks.
Pour some there, and you're like,
Yeah,
I've done this before.
As Ratty's kind of like each vial you pour out into a symbol on the ground or into a puddle on the ground, like Ratty's giving you another one, passing you another one, and until sort of the acid's sort of eaten away and you can see into the room below. Give me a perception check.
Uh, 13.
In the gloom below, it looks there appears to be a number of more gaming tables, although this room is empty. Off to the side is sort of what appears to be a like a stage, sort of like a theater kind of room, and the room in there does look a lot better than everything else. And then the rest of your acid kind of drips through the floor below and keeps burning through that floor.
I look up and say, I'm not sure if this is the vault area, but in any case, I don't think we have much time before this ship starts going down.
You're right. Okay, I'm gonna grab Nesbitt and then just kind of swoop in and then dive in there.
Nesbitt just climbs onto Paulie's back.
The other thing, while this is happening, where I can see it burning through the ground, can I please throw a firebolt with transmuted into acid to help speed it up?
Actually, before we jump in, I'm just gonna go to Slug Off. Good job, mate. Don't worry, you're always got like a special spare seat on our crew, which I'm guessing he's just going like, yeah, fuck you, King D.
Yeah, he jumps through the hole like this.
Yeah.
Sluggoth's like standing up on the banister past the flames, like "Fuck you, King D."
Yeah, perfect, amazing.
And he's like, and then he jumps down. He's like, "Oh shit, Bernice is coming."
Still can't believe you named her Bernice.
We also have a bear. It's okay.
So Paulie and Nesbit, you jump down, and Sorn, you kind of make the way for them with another kind of acid splash that combined with Nesbit's concoction eats through that floor below you, and you two sort of end up in a room. Do you go into the room below, or do you go even further down?
I wouldn't mind. Is there like locks on that door, like a way to bar that door, into that other room?
There's certainly like chairs and stuff like that. You could move in.
Maybe
the
just maybe just put chairs in front of that other door, just to keep that a bit sturdy as well, and then we'll just dive back down.
Yeah,
as fast as possible still, but yeah.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, you everyone sort of, you hear footsteps above you as obviously people are sort of moving up the way, people yelling to get sand and to get water, as some sort of commotion obviously is above you. You can kind of see the glow of the heat of some of the roof above that door. And Nesbit, you see as you look down, the wood's eaten away in the floor below this one, and then it started to eat away at metal.
We could be getting close here. We could be getting close. Winfred, can you sense where your weapon is now? Is it still further beneath us?
Yeah, sure. I'll burn another magic sense, if that's all right, Dan.
Yep.
I reckon Winfred stay up there. We'll just yell this up to you, dude. I reckon you stay up there because we might need you to seduce Bernice.
I don't think that setting fire to her venue, I've worked security for a long time. I don't think setting fire to the venue really sets the mood for.
It wasn't you, mate. It wasn't you. What are you talking about? Just use your charm, buddy. I believe in you.
I don't. So I'm going to use a magic sense. Dan, do you want me to roll for this, or is that just?
No. It's just a feature that you have. You kind of sense down. You can definitely, especially now that the metal between you and it is weakening, is getting there's sort of a hole forming in there now. You can definitely detect your hammer. You can actually detect other magical items now as well. You just had that stronger connection with your hammer. You could detect it, wherever it was. But you can you start detecting sort of an overwhelming sense of calm. You detect there's sort of a jumble. It's a mixed smash. It's a spicy.
But my hammer
hot
is definitely there. I can definitely sense my magical signature, so to speak.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just gonna go look through the hole and I'm like, keep going, it's down there, and give him a thumbs up.
Got it. Thanks, Winfred. And Nesbit's just going to get, if he's got any more acid left, just make it burn faster. Just drip it in a round circle so it tries to burn through.
We got a second one anyway. We got a whole second vial, didn't we?
We did.
Yes. Always helps to double up on your stuff.
Absolutely.
So you Nesbit, and Paulie, you're able to dive down into the hole, and in front of you is a sort of rows of cages, and within sort of a metal. You're in a metal vault, and there's sort of a stairwell that kind of goes up a little bit. You've had to drop quite far down, and there's a bunch of sort of lock boxes. Or sort of smaller vaults, right? Keyed vaults here. What you do see as well, of course, is the quintessential anything you've got to do in one of these vaults. Stacks with dollar coin signs on them.
Amazing. Yep. Good.
You can see sort of a rack with a bunch of weapons on that. You see Winfred's hammer, Sorn's javelin. You see your weapons as well, kind of arranged neatly in here.
One thing quickly. Has everyone dropped all the way down yet?
Just Paulie and
I'm
Nesbitt,
still
I
on the
believe,
top
have gone.
level.
All right.
I'd say it's good.
I wanted to usher everyone off and then be the last one down and throw darkness at the opening.
I reckon actually not a terrible idea is you guys stay in that second floor. Don't go into the vault and we'll throw things up to you.
Is Sorn still on this level?
Yeah, I just said I wanted to be the last one in.
I want to pull out the scroll. What was it? Silent Image, I think it was the one that I got last week.
Yep.
And I want to give it to Sorn. I'm like, hey, I've got a really good idea, but I can't read this thing. Can you make the fire look bigger?
Done. Can I use that scroll of silent image to make the fire look even? Can I make the fire look like a giant fire elemental?
Absolutely. Did I give you a bit of an idea with that token? Did I accidentally?
A little bit, yeah.
So rising from the fire, it's as if it's Spider-Man Far From Home. This giant fire elemental sort of rises out. What does it do? What do you make it do? Remember, it is silent though.
It's silent, but it's just sort of flailing around.
Of fire.
Yeah. I thought that given that the fire had already started, it wouldn't be too much of a long shot for a fire elemental or like just an even bigger fire to be there.
Yeah. So the fire's still crackling around it and stuff, but it's like very much like, oh, what is it? Like in Hercules, where the Titans like flailing around. It's basically just doing that.
Yeah. So yeah, out of the flames, and the flames already have heat, rises this big fire elemental, and people who were sort of rushing up, throwing water on the fire and stuff, half of them get scared away, because they're just like, we're not getting paid enough to deal with this shit. You notice, Sorn, that whilst the goblins run up and are sort of fighting this fire, one of the drow begin to move up to do it, and sort of Jarlaxle kind of just holds his hand out to kind of stop him, and is just kind of watching this play out.
Legend.
And I want to get Thorindir's purse, and I want to drop it like down the hole into the vault, and like I want it to like land in front of Paulie, and then have like Winfred be like, "For Thorindir."
Perfect. Yeah, and then I'll grab the wallet, yell back up, be like, Winfred, tell Slug off to buddy grab Keggy, and then jump off the ship and tell him we'll meet up with him later.
I'm just gonna relay that message to Slugos.
Yeah, Slugos is like, yeah, shit, and he's like looking at the fire elemental. He doesn't know it's not real. He's like, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. And, he stands on top of the keg to launch himself up and over off the ship, and you hear kind of a splash in the dark lake.
He's holding a keg though. He
didn't grab Keggy, did he?
No, he's too small. Like him and Keg. Keg's like bigger
Keggy's
than
huge, dude.
Fair enough. All right.
Keggy's like the size of Winfred.
I just want Keggy.
Is he?
No, he's like the size of a dwarf. He's sort of he's a barrel. He is a barrel.
Can I grab Keggy?
I was imagining him as like 6 foot.
Yeah, you grab Keggy. Grab Keggy.
Okay, I'm gonna grab Keggy.
You shouldn't show us awesome things, Dan. You know what happens.
What do you do? What do you do with Keggy, Winfred?
I'm going to bring him down the hole. Like first, what I'm going to do is like he's got like a canister for like beer in him, doesn't he?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So like what I'm going to do is I'm going to like empty the beer canister, and then I'm going to like get him and then just like jump through the hole down to like the lower floors.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
So that's what he looks like. You open up his spigot. And sort of beer starts raining down on the floor below. Nesbitt and Paulie, it starts raining beer.
Okay, I had a dream like this once. I just never thought it would happen.
So I think everybody's on a lower level now.
Except Sorn. I think Sorn's still
except
up top.
Sorn.
I'm still up top. Yeah, I'm gonna hold up for a second.
Okay.
Yeah. I will yell to stay in that middle floor. Just because it'll get too crowded in here, and we'll throw the stuff up to that middle floor.
How's the hole going and getting into the metal? Oh, we're in the cage.
You're in
You
the
and I,
vault.
we're in.
You
We're
and
in.
Paulie have dropped
We're
into
in.
the vault. The acid is starting to eat away at the floor below you, though, and eating away at the metal below you.
Can I have a quick little perception check and see if there's like look, this is a long shot, and I understand that, but is there a bag of holding or like something similar to that, so I can stuff multiple amounts of crap into a space?
Give me a perception check, sure.
Can I use one of these beautiful inspirations, boys? Are you okay with that?
Go for
Yeah,
it.
go for it.
One of them was yours.
Yep. So you have one left after this, thanks to Steve, aka Heimdall. 14.
Me, they're both bad.
So in the time, like you're kind of running around, you're grabbing the weapons, you're lifting. I assume you say lifting the weapons up to Winfred.
Just throwing them up there.
Throwing them up. Yep. In that time.
Oh, that was persuasion.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then give me perception.
Sorry.
with advantage though, it's fine. That's much better.
Better.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Fuck yeah.
You
Sorry about
find so you're taking all the weapons, you're putting the weapons up there. You notice a sort of a gleaming steel, or what appears to be steel, some kind of silvery sort of a wood and silver. It appears to be almost it's almost like a stick with a handle. It's not. It's kind of kukri shaped to a certain extent. Maybe it's sort of like a weird club or like a mace.
It's a boomerang.
That has sort of metal on one end, and then sort of wood on the other. Sort of like there's definitely some kind of like handle, but it appears it's the weirdest looking club though, because sort of there's a hole in one end.
Right. Okay. Well, we're definitely pocketing that.
Okay. So you pop that in your pocket. You sort of notice there's in one of the you start opening up what boxes you can. Give me a you start going for the biggest ones, right? You're looking for the bag of holding shaped esque kind of things. Give me a thieves tools check to see how many you can open up in this quick amount of time.
With thieves tools, sorry, I always forget. How do I roll thieves tools again?
I think you can just roll it through D&D Beyond, right? You can just click it, or it's just a dexterity plus your proficiency.
Is that there? Does that work?
I'll assist for advantage if I can.
Okay, yeah. So Nesbitt's helping you out, sort of pouring a little bit of acid on the lock in the right spots, perhaps, so you can sort of jiggle them open.
There we go. Okay, cool.
While this is happening, I will also just drop through the hole to the vault.
Okay. Not stopping midway, just going all the way to
Oh,
the vault.
no, like I'll stop midway and then drop into the vault. Like I'm not going to fall 2 stories.
That wasn't with advantage, I don't think, but yeah, there you go, 17.
Yep. So did I hear right that you'd left a thing of a globe of darkness up top?
I'm going to opt not to do that yet.
Okay.
Hold that for now.
Cool. So you all of you except for all of you dropped into the middle.
Winfred's down on the theater level.
Yeah, cool. Well, let us move into this level.
Oh yeah.
What the hell?
Shit, sorry. You give me a door, I can't help but click it.
Yeah, no, is that door the vault door?
Yes.
All right, so we're technically on the other side of the door.
Yeah, you're in the vault.
Oh,
Yeah.
so wait, so Winfred's up above us? Or is he in the actual
sorry,
vault
yeah,
with us?
Winfred's above you, but I don't have a map for that because it's
that's fair
it's
enough.
sort of a nothing.
Yeah.
Who else?
So I'll be
I'm missing
above you.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
here.
perfect.
All right, can I open this door?
It's a big vault door. There's a bunch of mechanisms and stuff on this side.
So this side is the vault then that we're in?
Yes, you're in the vault.
Okay.
And you're you drop down, and Paulie is got the tools out. He's working at it. Nesbitt sort of helping him out, sort of open doors.
Before you go and try and unlock this thing, Paulie, I go over to you and I'm like, hey, I've been working on this thing that I learned recently, and I learned it kind of from Thorindir, but kind of from the wild magic thing. and I like rub my hands together, and I touch Paulie, and I want to cast Bolster Magic on him.
Are you downstairs then?
Oh no! Fuck!
Yeah.
No!
I'll just
No,
guidance.
we
I'll
would
guidance
definitely need you upstairs just as lookout essentially because that you're our escape plan.
Yeah, that's
your
fair
weapon
enough.
has been
Can I do
thrown
like
back up
one
to
of
you.
those Da Vinci paintings where we're just like the
Yeah. You reach down and touch just like the little bald spot on the back of Paulie's head.
yeah, and I'm like, take
just-
him, dude.
What does
I'm just
Bolster
imagining
Magic
like.
do? What does Bolster Magic do, Winfred?
Bolster Magic. You can touch one creature, which can be yourself, and confer one of the following benefits of your choice to that creature. For 10 minutes, the creature can roll a d3 whenever making an attack or an ability check, and add the number rolled to the d20 roll. Or it gives you a spell slot depending on what you roll for a d3. So, like, say you rolled a 3 on a d3, you get a third level spell slot back, or lower, depending on what you want.
Sure.
I will also guidance him, so that's an additional D4 on top of that.
Yeah, so you, with the Thieves' Tools, Paulie, you
Sorry,
crack
continue.
open a bunch of these doors.
Yeah.
As you do, you start
that's
hearing a magical alarm go off.
Yeah, okay, we didn't check for shit.
Inside, let me just roll some dice here. You find certainly in some of these just sort of trays of chips. You also see trays of coin. Let's see how much you have. Where's my magic rolling thing? You also see you end up opening one, and inside is a sort of a purple and yellow crystal butterfly.
Is that the thing? Like, was that pretty much close? That was close to the description of what the dwarf lost, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Grab it. Grab everything. Fucking like we are trying to try and haul as much as we possibly can into our hands. I'm gonna yell out to Nesbit and go, "Hey Nesbit, you got those bombs ready?"
Ready when you are.
I'm also going to just quickly, Dan. Do I notice any like rings around with my passive perception, or should I like just on the surface anywhere?
What do you mean rings? As in like
rings,
on
like
fingers?
actual
Or
rings? Yeah.
Like rings for your fingers?
Yes.
Okay. You do. You notice sort of a small tray. In one of the things Paulie opens up, they look a bit plain. They're sort of like they look pewter. So Paulie just kind of goes like, that's not silver, that's not gold. Like onto the next door. As I imagine you're kind of opening them just as many as you can,
As fast as I possibly can. Yeah, correct.
I will. Can I pocket those rings, please?
Yeah, you certainly can. You you don't find a bag of holding, but you are able to kind of sweep into your pockets a shit ton of silver and gold. You get, where is this?
Actually, you know what? Can we just take one of those like dollar bag signs?
Sure. Yeah. For the purposes as well as we're going to be on our way to closing this up within the next half hour.
Yeah.
Okay. You grab sort of a bag with coins with the dollar signs on it, and you get a glimpse of it. It looks like surface world currency.
Amazing.
Which we'll divvy up later. You grab the little crystal butterfly. Sorn, you've grabbed the rings.
We grab the kukri dagger thing.
I also would like to just like look around a little bit more in depth to see if I can find any cool looking rapiers.
Yeah.
Paulie's wielding one.
Besides Paulie's, any other cool looking rapiers?
Stay
Because
away from Talon.
Sorn likes stabby weapons. That's why he has a spear.
Mm-hmm.
I have a weapon that you can stab people from all the way over there. It's called a crossbow.
He doesn't like those kind of stabby weapons. He's got magic for that.
Oh, well, that's a shame because Winfred has no idea how to use a crossbow. It's just been sitting in his inventory for like
I do.
year.
I could teach him.
No.
Winfred is going to look for the magical items that he's sensed before.
Yeah.
So he's going to like focus on trying to find magical artifacts.
Yeah. So you find what feels like almost sort of like a wild, sort of like your wild magic as well.
Really?
Two coins that are sort of kept separate from everything else. They've got sort of a skull motif on them, and on one side, and then an F and B on the other.
Right.
And they're sort of, they don't appear gold or anything like that. They are shiny. They're almost like brass, and they're a bit big. They're almost like tokens. And there's 2 of them.
Right. Okay. I'm going to take them both.
Yeah, they have a sense of sort of the magic within them is almost like constantly shifting and changing.
Interesting.
Sorn, unfortunately, you don't find any cool, really, or at least no magical swords. There are some certainly some weapons here, but even with your eye, you do see that they're all mundane. The only magical weapons in here were the ones you sort of brought with you.
Okay. Well, that's all I was kind of. Oh, actually, I would like to look for a new coat.
Yeah. Someone might have sold the shirt off their own back to pay a debt. There's probably actually there's a really nice coat that looks like it would. It's just like maybe it's I don't know if it's very Sorn. I don't know what Sorn's color palette's like. Is he? Yeah, so he's not really autumnal, or spring. Has he got like there's like bright greens and light blue pastel colors.
Oh, okay. Never mind. He likes earthy colors.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Although he'll take a very, very, very bright coat because he's trying to change it up a bit, especially if he's going up to the surface eventually.
Yeah, you've heard so much about the surface, right?
Yeah, so he wants to look his Kanye best.
Yeah. You definitely find one with some like light greens or like earth and browns and things like that. But it's sort of like a lighter. It's much lighter than anything you would have typically worn, for sure. And you feel like there's certainly a little bit of something to this. There's something imbued in these threads, but it doesn't jump out at you just yet.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Nesbit is looking for something very particular. He's either after a top hat or a very wide brim hat with a feather in it.
You see, as you're looking, the acid has eaten through a hole, eaten through the floor, and you start seeing water starting to seep up into the room you're in. But you still have time to kind of look around. You're pulling things off shelves, and you do find a hat very similar to the one the drow was wearing, where it's sort of like this wide-brimmed hat with a big feather in the side, and you're able to sort of take off your old little gnome hat, and pop this one on, and it actually shrinks to fit your head. But it's still like the brim is still super wide, like way wider than it should be. But like the inside of the hat part is shrinks so that it doesn't fall down. Yeah.
As he puts it on, he kind of just whips his hand across the front of it.
Yeah.
Looks at the rest of the group and say, "I think it's time we fly out of here." And he grabs a nearby staff that must be on one of the weapon racks somewhere, and using his arcane firearm feature, going to blast a hole upwards.
Amazing.
So as you do that, like, let's fly on out of here. For a moment, he looks like Paulie. And then you pull a staff off the rack, like this ordinary kind of magician kind of stuff, but nothing special about it. But in Nesbit's hands, you see that it has power, and power starts to crackle across it, and he just like bang, hole in the roof from whence you came, and widening that hole above you all. So you wanted to go back into the middle room, is that right?
Well, if it's clear, if it's going to be fire and brimstone falling on our heads, then maybe a different direction.
Well, it seems like water's coming up from below. There's obviously an inferno raging on that top deck, and your obvious exits are through the vault door somehow, and out that way, or heading up into that middle room and then fighting, and then going through the not the top deck, but like the midship, where a lot of those tables were.
Okay.
I
Having
reckon
seen everything going on upstairs, and Nez was like, "Oh, group decision. Are we going up, or is there another way?"
let's go to the mid and blow the fucking wall out with some of your beautiful explosives, and then fly. We'll just, buddy, just dive into the water.
Well, I had a thought. The spot where we boarded, there was a ramp that went up onto the top deck. If we blew a hole out of that wall, wouldn't we just end up where we started?
Other side.
Other side?
Then we swim to our ship from there.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so
Plus
through
that way,
this middle
cool
floor.
explosions.
All right, so you what? So what do you do, Nesbit?
Well, I think the group decision was that way doesn't look very fun to go through. Let's go through this door here and through the vault and see if we can get at least to the side of the ship to blow a hole.
Oh no. That's what I was saying. So we leave the vault, go into that middle section. So not the above upper floor.
Got it.
In the middle, blow the wall out facing away from the dock, and then just dive in and then swim away.
Yes, what he said.
Okay. So each of you sort of start climbing up. Give me Constitution saving throws. Anyone who's climbing up.
I'm on the back of Paulie.
Yeah.
Can I assist in helping him out of the hole?
I'd be flying out like kind of like a big, like just a big leap.
Yeah, I can offer my athletics rolls or something like that to theirs if it helps.
I will jump up and grab Winfred's hand.
Yeah. So Winfred, give me an athletics check. Oh, Winfred's giving me an athletics check. Sawn, give me a Constitution with advantage. And Paulie...
that's a 17.
Yeah, sweet. Yes, you'll definitely... so Sawn will get advantage. Paulie, you got to make it straight. And Nesbit, yours can be with advantage because you're flying with...
am I doing straight acrobatics or athletics?
Constitution saving
Constitution still? Okay, cool.
Oof,
10.
with advantage in here.
I think you can shift click to advantage it, or just roll it twice. 22 is pretty good.
Yeah, I'll take the first one. 22.
Yeah. So Paulie, you're the only one that's buffeted by. So as you sort of fly out, there's still a bunch of acid on the edge of this floor roof, right? So you get a bunch of that on you. The rest of you don't take. Well, the rest of you take half damage. Yeah.
How tall is this roof?
The vault's pretty recessed in, so it's pretty low. Like you'll have to jump up to grab hold and
okay, because like I'm 9 foot tall, so like, wouldn't I just like stand up straight and then pop my head up through the top of it?
Yeah, the one time you stand up straight is.
You just see Winfred's head just like pop up out, and they're like, "Oh, this is as bad as I thought." He just lifts himself out.
Just imagine like his snoot comes up and sniffs around first, and then he's like, oh.
Do you want me to make a con roll as well, or?
Yes, please. Paulie, you're going to take 6 acid damage. Everyone else takes 3. Everyone who succeeded.
I got a 14 on the con check.
Yeah,
actually, I'd be 4. I'd have been 4.
So I'll take 3.
Yeah. As you kind of snoot up and hoist yourself up. As you do so, you see you can see the heat and you can hear the raging inferno above you. A bare head leans down into the room, and kind of sniffs around, and it's old mate Bernice, and she says, "You're stealing from my cub."
Run.
Wait, is the common consensus to run the fuck away?
Yeah, look, if the biggest party member says to run, you run.
Yeah, so I don't use 3rd level spell slots to just shoot her in the face.
Are you having this conversation in character?
Yeah, I was like, Winfred, do I attack? Do we run? What are we doing?
We're running.
Works for me.
Winfred runs past you, I guess.
I've just got like Keggy under my arm, like a rugby like ball. And I'm just like, we're getting the fuck out of here, son.
Very good.
No one fucks with Mama Bear.
All right. let me set this up. Winfred, the keg under an arm, Paulie, Nesbit, and weirdly, I don't have the Sawn token on this other map.
Nice.
That's just rude. Cool. Sluggoth's already gone, and
We're going back up top.
well, by running through this middle room, you'll end up on the lower deck in the midship where all the games were. I
thought the plan was to blow out the wall.
Oh, you're going from there? I thought you were running towards the door.
Nah. Just blow the bloody wall out.
Okay. Nesbit, give me an Arcana check, please. How big's this explosion?
That's going to be a 22.
Yeah. Describe it to me, please.
Okay, so Nesbit he sees what did you call it? Sawn blaze powder. Kind of just funnels it into one of these vials he has. Launches it. It
starts fizzing angrily.
Launches it towards the wall, and then just pulls out the arcane firearm and just fires it when it gets to the close to the wall of the ship.
Yeah. So like napalm, it just spreads onto the wall, and then where it sits there and kind of sizzles for a bit, and it's almost like, oh, that's it. There's a bit of fire on the wall, and then boom, there's a huge explosion as the entire wall of this room is blown out onto the Dark Lake, and you can hear the echo bounce back at you after a few moments as it reverberates back off the cave in the distance. And there's sort of anyone watching externally just sees, obviously the Underdark is very dark. There's no light. And then all of a sudden there's just bright, white, hot light emanating from this golden ship. You hear a splash as what is left of the wall lands in the water, and you're facing away from Grachstuluch into the open Dark Lake.
So we've already run out and jumped into the water?
If you'd like.
Okay.
Well, you're in the room. You've blown out the wall. For sure.
Okay, so there's the exit, and Nesbit just takes. No, Nesbit's going to go out last. I'm just going to try. Go.
Paulie's going to go like, "This is why he's cooler than you guys," and then just jump out.
Rude.
I'll get ready to jump out, but I will tell Nesbit to go, and then as the last person, if I'm the last person out, I want to throw darkness in the hole so that they're thrown off when they try to chase us.
Yeah, cool. Winfred, how do you exit?
How do I exit? As soon as that hole is created in the side of the ship, I'm gonna do like a Looney Tunes exit and make it bigger.
The entire wall, so that half the wall of that room is gone, and there's all that's left is a bit of wall that wasn't sheared off, and Winfred goes through that wall, leaving a bear-shaped hole next to a wide gaping explosion hole.
Whilst we're getting chased by a bear.
And the last thing is he's out in the middle of the air. That's somehow amazing. Gravity not taking place. There's that, and then a splash as Nesbit and Sawn, you two are the last to jump out, and kind of splash in. Or Nesbit, you probably have an opportunity to grab hold of Paulie at this stage. Sorry, did you have something?
Yes. As Sawn and I jump out, and I see someone's casting the darkness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sawn's created a big globe of inky black marble, preventing any sight whatsoever.
Great. So in the fall between jumping out of the ship and hitting the water, Nesbit pulls out his alchemist fire and chucks it at the darkness, just for one final boom.
Yes. Before Nesbit falls, Paulie will actually fly and catch him. And I do apologize, Sawn. Actually dodging Sawn.
That's fine.
To then catch Nesbit, and then just glide along the surface of the water, and go, "You did bloody good, kid."
The thrill. Did you see the last explosion? That was the one. That was the one.
The only downside, Nesbit, you hear the satisfying crack and you hear the voomp of flame. The only downside is you don't see it. You don't see it because of the darkness. The magical darkness prevents all light from traveling through.
It's here. It's right here.
It's in here. The flames are here. And you feel like Ratty, just like, you know, super chuffed in your pocket. And you sort of fly back to the ship whilst Sorn and Winfred swim with a keg to keep them buoyant. As you sort of paddle under cover of darkness, or lit by the glowing Dragon's Hoard wooden boat, as the fire is not getting under control, and you can slowly see it sinking into the dark lake off just right next to the docks there of the city of Grimm.
We are very quickly making a reputation for ourselves for burning down every building / town that we enter.
Fire is the great cleanser. What do you expect?
Oh my god.
We're not on a crusade.
No, look,
I
my
mean,
next
we
character's
are.
going to be a fire paladin. That's it. That's
I mean,
it.
we are to a certain degree. Okay, I mean, like, we're cleansing people of their wealth to
And
then
their
give to
lives.
Ourselves. Yes.
We're pirates. It's an occupational
it's
hazard.
It's not our fault they are, like they're flammable. Okay.
This is true.
You make your way back to the ship to La Floridita. Paulie and Nesbit, you're able to land comfortably. You have to wait a while for the others to swim aboard and catch up. And Paulie, you're able to open up your pack, or open up your sort of bag that you were throwing things in, and nicely preserved is this sort of crystalline butterfly that you brought with you from the Dragon's Hoard.
I'll go show that to Thorindir later, but later. Like, how much gold and silver we have in this sack?
Excellent question. Where are we? You reckon you've pilfered? You sort of give it by weight. You gotta give it a bit of a feel. You think you've pilfered about 800 gold pieces, and 800 copper pieces.
Oh no! Oops.
And 2,000 silver.
Thank you very much. 2,000 silver. Hell yeah. Okay, great. I'll put that in mind for now, but I'll tell Aaron about that.
Yeah, he'll tell.
You said 800 copper, right?
Yeah.
Well, that is all mine.
So we're back on the ship now. Is that right?
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go
Kingston
back just outside
Rolls, the ghost captain, former captain of the ship, now undead ghost pirate, greets you back and says, "Yar, mateys, I see the ship on yonder across the wake there. She exploded. Now you wouldn't have anything to do with that, would you?"
I don't know what you're talking about, Kingston.
That's just like.
And then basically just kind of just giggle and laugh, like, knowing winks, because I mean Kingston knows. You don't admit to the crimes, not while they're still burning, at least.
Yeah, not while they're still warm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to Thorindir's room, down to Thorindir's room.
Oh wait, but before you do that, I'll hand you Thorindir's wallet. Mm-hmm. Bursting at the seams now with gold, right?
Yep.
There's so we took 400. There's now 500 gold, and then 400 silver in them. Let's just say that.
Yeah. So I want to go and put his purse back just outside his room, and knock on the door and be like, "Hey, buddy, I hope you've been all right since we've gone. I got a present for you. I know you really like clinky coins. I never saw the appeal personally, but I noticed you the run. And here, I just drop it on the ground outside his door. Like, this is for you. I hope you're feeling better. And I'll see you next session."
The door creaks open when you knock on it, and sort of standing behind the door is your little mushroom cap. See, like, it has no arms, so you're not sure how it opened the door. Or maybe
just like got his little appendages out.
Yeah. I think in my mind, you never see him move. It's one of those kind of things.
I get you, yeah.
And you drop the coins, and there's just a big thud and tinkle as a couple of coins spell out. and Thorindir comes out from behind the curtain, and he's like, "Winfred, my boy, coins are nice, and they do bring a warmth to my heart, but the real warmth was the friendship of you. Just having you lads here, checking in on me, bringing me friends, keeping me hydrated, making someone to talk to, is worth more than any of the gold you could bring on board this ship."
Oh, also,
Having-
I just say to him, like, speaking of hydrated, I got you a drink butt. I just like pull Keggy out from under my arm and be like, "Yeah, this is for you too. This is from me."
You will have to fill him up with beer again, though.
He's empty. He's empty, Winfred. A blasphemy to bring an empty keg onto a
fill
ship.
it with your favorite beverage.
And he gives you a big hug with his diamond hand.
Goes around like one shin.
Yeah. He's like, "I will treasure this every time I sip from its cup. I shall remember you and the great friendship that you and I have, Winfred, and it gives me joy. And look, money isn't everything, though it is nice. And if you're still watching, you can still donate to Beyond Blue, because that can also bring joy, much like Winfred has dropped money on my doorstep. But thank you, my boy. I heard a mighty explosion, and I didn't hear the giggling and of Nesbit. You haven't seen him, have you? I fear he's off blowing things up again."
I don't know anything about that. And I want to make a deception check.
Okay.
Give yourself disadvantage.
Yeah. I will give myself disadvantage. Hang on. That's a straight 2, Chief.
Yeah. Thorindir just gives a Winfred. Yeah.
But yeah, that's me done. Yeah.
Cool. Sorn, Nesbit, anything else as we start to wrap up here as we come to a close?
I'll just I'll make my way down to my little hammock, and I would like to start sorting through the rings to see if any of them have any magical properties to them.
Yeah.
Because you can do, buddy. Like the magic thing. You can actually tell us what items are now, right?
I'm proficient in Arcana, so I can do that. I can't really flat out identify things, but I can take time to identify things.
It's nice. It's nice having someone who can identify items because.
And use magic to heal you.
I don't know what magic is.
Yeah,
I know how to stab things good.
Technically, I don't know what magic is either.
One other thing, before all of this, when we all get on the ship, before everyone branches out, I just want to pull everyone into a group real quick, like a group huddle, like a debrief. And I'm just gonna I'm sorry guys, it's gonna be a 10-minute debrief, but this. You all get 15 points of healing.
Thank you.
Oh,
thank you.
So there's our debrief done, and then everything unfolds, and I'm like, well, this is all unfolding.
and then puts me back into full health again. That's awesome.
You're welcome.
Thanks, buddy.
As long as everyone's together, I can do that 3 times per long rest. Oh yeah, sort through my rings, and I'm happy to make an Arcana check.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
And I want to use one of my D8s for this as well.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not even going to need it, but I'm going to anyway. 27.
Okay. You're pretty sure this is a ring of detect thoughts.
Oh, cool.
Done. Can I please take the time to attune to that?
Yeah.
Something that is utterly useless around both Paulie and Winfred.
Yeah, but it's really useful for people that have proficiency in deception.
Yep. So yeah, the ring of detect thoughts. It has 3 charges. and you're pretty sure that charges you regain 1d3 charges daily at dawn.
Okay, so I just have to. That's a custom item I'm going to have to add, isn't it?
It's in here as a medallion of thoughts. But
all right, I'll do that, and
just rename it a ring. Cool.
Easy peasy.
Nesbit.
Goes down to Thorindir's door and sort of knocks and says, "Thorindir, you there? You there?"
Nesbit, is that you tiny gnome? You beardless dwarf.
Yes, that's me. We'll talk about that later. Just wanted to let you know, you might have heard an explosion. I had nothing to do with it. I've been here the whole time.
Well, good. And if someone comes knocking and asking, I'll be sure to give you an alibi that you were here. I know that kind of thing can follow you around sometimes.
I appreciate it. I mean, yeah. Thanks for your support.
What are friends for? I mean, you came here in our time of need. You helped out the crew, and you stayed around to swab decks or whatever it is the fuck you do on this ship. And I'm glad you're here and not out there causing explosions.
Yes, I was nowhere near the explosion. I did see it, and it was very epic. I was a bit disappointed I wasn't closer to it, but I was here the whole time, scrubbing decks, as it were.
Paulie's just gonna yell out like you know, I wasn't. I was there. It was fucking sick.
Nesbit, my lad, I promise you, before our journey's end, possibly even before we leave this port, you'll have a chance to blow something up. When I yell "Take 'em doon," I expect you to take 'em doon.
Oh, Thorindir, my lad, I will take him doon for sure. And he's just sort of swinging around this new arcane firearm he's acquired.
Yeah, perfect. So this long staff or this quarterstaff that in your hands shoots bolts of explosions. Absolutely. You actually find yourself the last minute, making your way back up to where Paulie is. Give me a perception check, Nesbit.
Oh no, it's like 3.
Yeah, you look at Paulie and you're like, you go to say something, and you just look off into the and watch the rest of that ship burn and sink into the Dark Lake over the next couple of hours.
I do want to turn and just get his attention and just sort of point, say, "Look at my fucking hat."
Yeah.
It's a sick hat. Like I know. I mean, like I've been admiring that hat. It's a good hat. Every pirate needs a good hat. I've always said this.
Absolutely.
I think we should probably get out of here and leave port.
No.
At least move to the other side of town.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. If problems happen, we'll deal with it.
Oh god, we just burnt that ship
We don't have
down.
any cannons on this ship, do we?
Oh,
No, we don't.
Yeah,
I am the cannon.
Everyone who was there just stay like Thorindir can like, you know, you guys all hide for a bit. We'll lay low. We'll have a rest, and then we'll go back out and deal with what we need to do afterwards. But for now, lay low. Thorindir and then the zombies can keep watch while we have a nice little rest.
Excellent, and I think that's where we'll end it this week for the Tats and Tarasques, the old Underdark Pirates. I think that was a very successful mission, totally fine. And even more successfully, we raised just over $250 in the post there for Beyond Blue. So thank you very much for everyone who was watching. We'll be back many days this month. The entire month of October is Mental Health Month. And I'm actually just going to try and bring up the schedule. But while I'm doing that, Jeremy, do you want to tell us about your game and when you're playing it this week?
I'm sorry, my audio just broke up. What was the throw?
The throw was, do you want to tell us about your game and when you're playing it this week, as you're joining us from another stream?
I would love to. So over at Raging Rolls on Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, we are going to be kicking off what we're calling the Ruin of Rhaegarth, which involves a titan coming to life out of a mountain There'll be 3 groups of adventurers tasked with trying to bring down this Titan or solve whatever mystery lie within. So that's going to be awesome. There's going to be a few rages there. There's going to be a couple of guests there. I think Sheriff Dan himself is going to be joining us. It's going to be amazing. Look forward to it. We will see you there at 8:30 p.m. Sydney time on Thursday over at twitch.tv/Raging Rolls.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
And we'll chuck a link to that.
Wait, so Daddy Dan, you're playing. That's exciting.
Yeah, I'll be playing, and there are other opportunities as well for the other Tats crew to join in. There's 4 different groups doing live streams over this month, and we're all essentially swapping in and out of players just to make some new friends in the hobby and help each other out, and obviously ultimately to raise money for a good cause. So you'll be seeing our faces, you'll be seeing more faces on this channel as well. And I've just put a link to the chat for twitch.tv/Raging Rolls. Please go over there and hit follow just so you can get that notification on Thursday. And then on Saturday and Sunday, we have split the party on Saturday doing a painting stream at midday, and then on Sunday at 7:30 p.m, Fate's Grip is doing a Dead by Daylight gaming stream as well, raising money for the charity. As we close out, Dylan, do you want to tell people where they can find you this month as well?
Yes, I am Dylan James on Twitch and pretty much everywhere else that you might think to find me. Also, if time permits, Dan, I was talking to you about this before the session. If time permits and I can actually get the writing done, I would like to extend an invitation to anyone in the groups to join a campaign that I want to try and run. That is going to be essentially, it's going to be pretty linear with a bit of open-endedness to it as well, but it's an interesting sort of idea that I've been trying to work with, which would kind of involve players starting at level 0 instead of level 1. And then a couple of time skips and stuff like that. So you can jump from level 0 up into the higher levels and make things very interesting.
Yeah,
but
cool.
I got a lot of writing to get done for that.
Excellent. So check out I am Dylan James on Twitch. Make sure you follow him there, as he's also a variety streamer and streams a number of games, including his epic Apex Legends rank grind. Winfred, you can find TikTok star extraordinaire, and Larper, we don't hold that against him. Where can they find you, mate?
You'll be able to find me on TikTok mostly at Mr. Brightside. Type it at the search bar. Look at me doing finger guns, and that's probably me. But yeah, I think Instagram and TikTok are my only platforms that I'm actively on at the moment. So.
And Paulie the Parrot, we can find you anywhere where good drinks are poured and the ice is
basically
ice cold.
just as long as there is a bar that I can pass out beneath, you're gonna find me there. Yeah.
We're gonna have one hell of a time when they actually open.
Oh God, I'm gonna be disgusting. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be that guy going, I love you guys.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I'm also gonna be that guy.
I see it now.
Well, wherever we go, hopefully we don't burn the place down before we leave. I've been your DM. Thank you very much for joining us for the inaugural, or the start of the Crossing the Streams. We'll be here all month in different forms, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Wonderful.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys. Peace.
Bye.